Good morning. This is Chris the Old Guy, and I thought I'd just say a few words of what I've been doing some research on YouTube for cards and stuff like that. And I think the market will fluctuate up and down just a little bit. When the big boy takes over and the Topps flagship becomes just a Topps flagship, they're making money regardless of the circumstance with us core collectors. Us core collectors will be in the rut because of the variation cards are gone. Now I think they're going to change that whole criteria. I think that there will be some limited cards in factory sets. I'm just saying that because they make so much money with the guys that collect the sets, like myself. Now, I just got back into it about a year and a half ago, but I'm a mid 80s guy, lower 70s, I've got various cards and stuff. And when I got reintroduced to collecting again and did a little bit of research on the variations, I didn't realize there's variations with color and then there's numbered variations. And those cards are, if they get rid of them, they are just playing the stupid game. I don't want to use someone else's word, but he's really smart when it comes to certain things. And I agree with what he's trying to say and with what the other core collectors are trying to put out there, is that there shouldn't be a need to get rid of those variations. It just makes no sense. So what I think, they'll do is they'll bring out the factory, the hobby, the retail, those sets, and they will put, I'm thinking they'll put some limited cards in there. It's either that or there's going to be, like what I said, there's going to be a screw up because they take so many pictures with various cards of players for the MLBPA and all that stuff, that these pictures are bound to go to the printing press and they're bound to do a screw up. They just want to limit the flagship card with the trophy cup to one or two cards, and they want to mass produce it. And it's going to be, it could hurt the market. It could make the market influx where guys like myself that's got the coin will be going after the big boys and the other cards. And when I say that, like the Soto autograph or whatever you're after, there still will be a chase factor for collectors. The collectors, somebody hit the nail on the head perfectly. There are collectors out there like myself that collect over the years and hold on to this stuff for for memory and memory and family and stuff that you remember. It's not just because of the money or anything like that. I'm not in it for the money. I'd like to make some sort of legacy, so I am going to grade some stuff for my kids so they have stuff when I'm gone. But the memory of the bulk cards that I have, that, even though some of it's junk wax, I still hold a dear, it's dear to me. You hold on to a memory. And, to be able to get junk wax cards that were at the time years ago $150, $200 and you can buy it for $20 just blows my mind. I did a video with a Canseco rated rookie card. That card was the card at its time. Now, the card at its time right now for the era is probably a Corbin Carroll autograph or a Chase Young autograph. Those cards, Stormy's being a pain. Those cards for the eras, the Mattingly card of the 80s, the Fleer card, and you have, I could name a few cards from this time that are, the non-variation cards, obviously, that will hold value versus the new, what's coming on. So I think in retrospect that it will help the market. It may drag the market. The market's always going to take a dip. Everything goes up and goes down, according to the economy. And I'm not a mathematician or math whiz, but I know damn well that I could be making more money if someone else was in the office than someone else now. The cost of living in my state is just too high, and I have an income where, I make enough money where I can afford an honest collection. And for me to make a fruition for, say, my kids for a legacy, the old guy will do what he has to do. And I know that the prices will be driven down because of the fact that if they're going to mass produce and they're going to go for the masses of people that don't collect cards but just buy cards here and there, and it's hit or miss. It's not for like the collectors like myself or the core collectors out there that are grading pretty much everything. I mean, it just boggles my mind. I've seen this junk wax stuff that I saw online just now that I have pretty much all of it. They're triple the price. I mean, you could buy the set practically for what the price of the card was. I mean, I shake my head. One man's junk is another man's treasure. I'm going off on tangents, but what I think somebody was saying is going to happen. But then you add my equation to it, where there's going to be a screw up, where there's going to be a camera that's going to take a picture. They send it to the archives. They send it to Tops. They send it to Fanatics, wherever they're going to print it. It's going to be mass produced on an accident, and that was not a card that they're going to make. And it's going to get in fluctuation. That is what's going to happen. I know, because there's rookies and there's cards over the years that they had errors. And there was only 4 sets at the time before Upper Deck, or 3 sets, whatever. So now they're going to do the flagship, and they're going to do the other sets like Stadium Club and stuff, and they're only going to come out with just one card. There's not going to be variations. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about Stadium Club. Maybe they'll still do variations with that, but I think I'm almost positive that from what I'm getting at and what I'm gathering, my information is the flagship is just going to be strictly what they're going to focus on. They're going to focus on one card per player, one pose. There's not going to be any limited sets. There's not going to be, I don't even think there's going to be MLB cards anymore. I mean, I'm just saying, when I say MLB cards, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those blue cards that come in packs and stuff, and they basically had the stats of the player, or they said a story of the player. I mean, those are inserts, they're done. And for a collector or a new collector out there, the joy of getting something that is rare, such as a autograph on a card of a rookie, and then being able to put it online and flip it if you want, or keep it. But most players out there are chasing something, or most collectors out there, particularly new collectors, are chasing something else out there, and they're going to flip the card and they're going to buy something. It comes down to economics and what you want and what you're chasing for. And no matter what the cost is, you're going to pay it. That's another thing I saw online. Somebody bit the dust and spent $800 for a 4. The value of the card was, he spent $800 extra for the card. It was a Willie Mays 53 or 54. I mean, I was just looking at the fluctuations of the older cards. I don't have any tops cards from the 50s or anything. I actually sold my Yogi Berra that I had my dad bought me. I sold a few cards, and I got a stack of cards when I was a kid when I did it. And I'm glad that I did it because I've got multiples of the big boy rookie cards. And I got, I believe, a glossy of Mark McGuire's Fleer card, which is a hard card to get because they don't want most of those glossy cards. People don't like the set break. Back in the day, I mean, I was smart when I made the investment when I was 17 years old. But that's just my thought. They're gonna ditch the variations, which is a bad idea. There's going to be a screw up in some sort of printer issue. The cards are going to come regulated. Maybe there might be a short printer or variation of a pose on the factory sets. Specifically, they're going to try to make money somewhere. And if it's not on the variation cards, they're going to make money with the flagship factory sets. And that's where the limited cards might come in. I'm just speaking on part. And the economy is going to take a dip. People are going to buy when they can. And I'm thankful for what I have. I'm going to build a legacy for my kids. I'm going to probably downsize a majority of my collection and keep duplicates for the time being. But I've got stuff that I need to take care of. And Old Guy will have it on so people can either admire it or they can sell it. They can buy from me. And I'll still be collecting at the same time. The bottom line is it's a sad day that variations are going to be gone. I wish I could be on the board and tell them, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. That's what you know what I mean? I'm just being practical. You know, the numbered cards, for them to get rid of them is ridiculous. I stand my ground, and that's all I got to say. Maybe today or tomorrow I'll do a video. I'll do a video of the variations on the Target set that I have, and I have the Walmart set. I got to get the ball rolling and get some stuff going. I got to make some room for some cards because the updates are coming to the house for tops for me for packs to open, and I basically have to make room and get ready to open the packs up. But thank you for your time. That's just my words of wisdom for the day. And if I find anything else out there online, if you guys are looking at stuff that old guy is looking at or whatever, that's just my tidbit. And I highly recommend you do your research and you really seriously think about what's going on with fanatics and stuff. Not that it's a good thing or a bad thing. Topps needs to make money and make the market fluctuate so they make a profit. And fanatics took something on that hopefully they can handle. So that's my tidbit for the day. Have a good day.